Wow. Team Crawford finally reacts to Bob Arum's statements. Find out what they said and my thoughts. Stay tuned. Smash the like button. We working.
Be your number one guy. Initially, what were your reactions to what Bob Arum said pretty much after the fight, as far as like the business aspect of it?
Well, my reaction was like, that don't surprise me what Bob said, because he didn't say other stuff that, that didn't make the headlines, or some people that told me he did what he said, and it is being around him for like the last 10 years, man. You get to understand a man's character, and that's just part of his character. He's an older gentleman, and he's been through a lot and seen a lot of different fighters and promoted a lot of different fighters. And so some of the things that he say, he feel like he got the right to say. We might not agree up on it, or don't take it lightly about things that he say, but he 86, 87 years old, so he feel like he got the right to say anything. Once you get that age, you probably do. Do you feel like it's wrong? Probably not. Because of what he's done in the sport, what he has done for the sport, and so. And then just him being Bob, just being Bob, just saying it, it doesn't surprise me. Do I like it? No, hell no, I don't like it. But that's Bob for you, and it don't surprise me. Pretty much just probably just showing his true colors.
I mean, I've listened to Bob Arum in the past, and there's certain instances where he kind of talks about fighters in that similar form as far as like, business is concerned. But like I was saying before, I'm like, you're a promoter. You're supposed to make the most out of the fighter that, that is there. And they sign with you for you to do.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Cash App, $Boxingego. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel continue to grow and put out content similar to this. Get new gear for the channel, do more, be greater, stay active, stay consistent, stay working, stay creative, stay independent. ESPN Plus, they have a ton of original content, docu-series, documentaries, archive footage, past fights like Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko. They got Mayweather, Pacquiao, and much more for your viewing pleasure. Get ESPN Plus. It's $5.99 a month, or you can get the bundle if you want more content. ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps for one low price of $12.99 by clicking my link. And again, it helps the channel continue to grow. Now, you just heard from Team Crawford, manager and trainer BOMAC, lifelong friend of Terrence Crawford, WBO champion who just beat Kell Brook. And he was asked on a recent podcast about Bob Arum's comments. You guys see on the screen, Bob Arum said things like this: I won't lose any more money on Terrence Crawford. He even attributed losing money on Crawford's last few fights to pretty much, he could have bought a place in Beverly Hills, I think he used, with the amount of money he lost on Crawford. Bob Arum said he's got to promote like Teofimo Lopez does. You guys see that? He's got to promote like Shakur Stevenson does, like Floyd Mayweather did, like Manny Pacquiao did. If he doesn't, then who the F-U-C-K needs him? He may be the greatest fighter in the world, but hey, I ain't gonna go bankrupt promoting him. The question is, do we want to keep him being Crawford? I could build a house in Beverly Hills on the money that I've lost on him in his last 3 fights. A beautiful home at that, right? So Bob is unwavering. He even doubled down. You know, people like myself felt like, wow, that was harsh. You know, UFC head Dana White, he spoke out on this and he says, you know, Bob Arum, that was foul, and you know, it's your job to promote the kid. You signed him. Bob Arum says, quote, I don't give a ish if Team Crawford got mad at me. Bob Arum told The Athletic, the business is not about getting mad. The business is about facts and the reality of the situation. Would I say that I was wrong? What did I say that was wrong? I'll show you how much we've lost on Crawford's fights. Wow. He said, I don't have to make a lot of money with him on the Spence fight, but I know I'll break even or even make a couple dollars. He also said, I'm no longer in the business of losing money on Terrence Crawford, right? He then doubled down. Bob Arum doubles down, says he won't be involved in promoting Terrence Crawford. So Bob Arum scorched earth. Arum says he don't care if the Crawford's camp got mad. What they did was reprehensible. You guys see this, right? The lawyer sent us a letter. Okay, that's fine. He said he wasn't even tripping off of that. He said that's what a lawyer's supposed to do, but you don't release it to the press. Now, just editor's note, that's what Bob Arum's claiming. Team Crawford says that they didn't release it to the press. BOMAC said that. All of this should have been done behind closed doors like what men do. I'm not going to take any of this ish. I'm just not going to do it because the truth is I have lost money with this guy, Crawford. Right? Unapologetic, unwavering. Bob Arum said it will be another hit on my net worth. So he basically said Crawford losing him all this money. I'm being serious. I turned the whole project of Terrence Crawford over to Todd DeBuff, my stepson. I washed my hands of it. I'm too emotional about it. I have long since departed working with Crawford. So after making statements like this, the clip I played, that was Team Crawford's response. Listen, I don't know what's going on. I hope Team Crawford has some tricks up their sleeve, but from the outsider looking in, it looks a bit bad. You have Crawford's manager and trainer, and he says, I'm not surprised by these comments. You know, he said, Bob Arum said other comments off record, you know, so it doesn't surprise me. He said, even if I didn't like him and, you know, even if I disagree with him, it is what it is. But then in a way, I felt BOMAC kind of made an excuse for Bob Arum's behavior, saying he's an older gentleman. Like, it's crazy how Team Crawford, and I don't know. I don't know how I would respond in that same situation, but I don't feel it would be like Team Crawford. They're calling him an older gentleman, and he's not acting like a gentleman. He's acting like savage. Like Meg Thee Stallion said, I'm a savage. Classy, moody, you know. He acting savage, but he's like unapologetic, unwavering. He won't budge. And he's saying, I am losing money on him. I ain't lying, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I ain't even promoting him anymore. I turned that over to my stepson. This has got me too hot. I'm too pissed about it. And Team Crawford, you know, they're playing this, peacekeeper. Oh, that's just Bob. You know, Terrence Crawford did an interview, and he basically said that, oh, I can't bash Top Rank and I can't bash Bob Arum. Here's the interview in case you guys want to watch it. But he said, I can't really bash Bob Arum and Top Rank. They put me in a position to be a millionaire, get a title, yada, yada, yada. So, you know, I can't bash them. He says, in my heart, I know that Bob Arum's a good guy and a good dude, and he means well, or so, you know, something to this effect. You guys can go listen to my other videos where I quoted it directly. So this is just, to be honest, this is weird behavior. It's like the movie Get Out or something. It's weird behavior that Team Crawford, like I said, maybe they got an ace up their sleeve or, you know, a trick up their sleeve, but the way how it's like they're almost conditioned or okay with this, you know. All I know is me. I can't speak for anybody else. Bud's a hell of a fighter, hell of a competitor, but I can't have nobody talking to me crazy, especially we supposed to be doing business together. And, you know, people disrespecting my brand. You got Terrence Bud Crawford, who's telling the public that he deserves 50-50 or 60-40 his way, him getting the lion's share of money, versus Errol Spence Jr. And he really believes this. And you got his own promoter who's promoted him for most of his career to get him to this point. And he's saying, hey, his fights ain't worth a damn, basically. He's a hell of a fighter, but you could be a talented opera singer, but people got to want to purchase that ticket to go see the show. And he's saying, be more like a 22-year-old Shakur Stevenson, Lil Bro. That's Crawford's Lil Bro. Be more like Teofimo. Do like Mayweather. And it's funny because Bob Arum says he need to promote more like Mayweather, but you let Mayweather get away also. Another African-American fighter, and he bought himself out of his contract. You know, and then we have this cavalier, nonchalant, like, oh, that's just Bob being Bob, you know, behavior from Team Crawford. I don't know if it's a small town, Midwest hospitality. I don't really know, but I'm from Cali, and I think what Bob's doing, you know, in a weird way, I at least respect Bob Arum for lasting in the business as long as he did. He's obviously doing something right, and maybe it's this cutthroat, like, type of no nonsense, no filter that got him this far. You know, I heard a lot of people in businesses like this, like the music industry is pretty similar to boxing in that regard. And I heard P. Diddy is, you know, some people that have worked with him, they don't say favorable things about him because he's wants certain things done a certain way. And if you don't, you know, he can, you know, admonish you. I heard he made some singers cry before, stuff like that, right? Making the band show, he had people walking to Brooklyn or wherever to get cheesecake, you know? So maybe that's just Bob's shtick. But nonetheless, from the outsider looking in, I think Crawford is a terrific fighter, but it's weird that his team is just like, oh, he's a 88-year-old man, so this is just how he acts, and I'm not surprised, even if I don't agree with it. You know, I'm not surprised by it. And that's just Bob being Bob. That whole demeanor is weird. Again, I'm going to continue to rate Crawford the fighter, Crawford the businessman. We'll see what his next move is and how he decides to roll with the punches. Looks like he has an opportunity to possibly look at greener pastures or see life after Top Rank. He has the option, obviously, to stay with Top Rank. But with Bob Arum saying I'm no longer promoting him, my stepson is going to do it, I don't really know what to make. So it could be behind the scenes, Bob Arum feels that Crawford is leaving. So as a result, he's that's a cold stare. That I remember when he did that. Crawford's a beast for that. But it could be the fact that Bob Arum knows Crawford is leaving, or he believes he's leaving, so he's just trying to, you know, taint his imagery a little bit. So I'm gonna be staying in touch with what's going on here. It's a very interesting storyline, and I don't know, Crawford. He's not. You don't see him get too excited, things like that. So I don't really know what he has planned next for his career, and I don't even care to speculate. Ultimately, when he decides, it'll be decided, and the world will know. And we can see what's next for Terrence Crawford. But Bob Arum is being like hostile almost and aggressive, and Team Crawford is doing the opposite. So maybe they have a trick up their sleeve and they're planning on, you know, doing something, or they have a surprise, or maybe something behind the scenes is known about. I don't really know, but it's a bit, from the outside looking in, it's a bit weird that Team Crawford is seeming almost okay with Bob Arum doing a lot of the talking and making Crawford's brand look like this. You know, he's outright double downing and saying, I don't care who's mad. I don't care if Team Crawford is mad, because Crawford's own sister was on Twitter voicing her opinion. And Bob Arum's like, I don't care. You know, he literally, his opening quote, I don't give a ish. I don't care what the Crawford camp did was reprehensible, you know. So he's just going in. He said, I don't care. I ain't mad. I don't care who mad. He gonna hit my net worth. I mean, wow. He said Crawford gonna mess up his net worth messing with Crawford fights. Nonetheless, I still feel the same way no matter what Crawford decides to do and whatever's next for him. I don't see him as being the A side. I don't see how you could be the A side versus Errol. You're a talented fighter, but how are you the A side in your own promoter keeps bad mouthing you to the public because of this little riff that they got going on, and he keeps telling you that you guys are losing money together on your last 3 fights. He didn't just say, oh, I lost a little bit of money on the Kell Brook fight. He said your last 3 fights. He has like 5 fights at welterweight, 5-6 fights at welterweight, and he's saying majority of them he lost money on. So I don't really see how that would translate to you being the A side or getting 60 with Errol Spence, who has the better welterweight names. He has more options at welterweight based on who he's aligned with. And then also he has the most belts. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.